How do you build muscle on a raw vegan diet? Well, the same way as you would on any other diet. You do exactly in the gym what bodybuilders do in the gym. They work out with a relatively heavy weight, but not so heavy that they can't do 10, 15, 20, maybe even 25 reps. They have to experience time under load. In order to have time under load, you need time and you need load. So if I'm only doing 2 reps, I got plenty of load but no time. If I'm doing 100 reps or 1,000 reps, I got a lot of time but no load. You got to have time under load. It's a fine-tuning process. I describe the fine-tuning process basically like this. If you can't do 15 reps, the weight's probably too heavy to build muscle on the exercise you're doing. And if you can do 25 reps, the weight's probably too light and you're not getting sufficient load. You need time under load. It's a great concept. Whoever thought of it, I don't know. Came before me, I'm standing on his shoulders repeating it to you. So time under load is the issue we're looking for. We need time, we need load, so we do lots of reps, 15 to 25. You can't make 15 reps. It's too heavy. You're trying to gain strength at this point. If you want to gain mass, you work a specific muscle group. I don't care if it's this muscle group and we go, oh, well, I just want to work the deltoids, or whether I'm going to do a bigger movement like a squat or a deadlift, and it involves multiple joints and dozens of muscles are involved. If you can make 25 reps of your exercise of choice, it's not enough load and muscle development isn't going to be stimulated. Now you got to also eat enough. If all you're eating is exactly enough calories to hold your weight, you are not magically going to start building muscle if you do muscle building exercises. Even if you do 5 sets of 20 reps at all the exercises that you chose, you're not supplying enough calories to grow. It does take some, so you're going to have to increase calorie intake from, oh, that's just enough to hold my weight, to a little extra calories every day, enough to grow. Then you have to understand that professional bodybuilders who are bodybuilding for a living are doing 2 things very different from us. 1, they're taking drugs. That changes the whole experiment. But when they're taking drugs, and 2, they're living in the gym. They're in there 4 hours a day on average, or 5, or some 6 hours a day. It's what they do. And no, they're not lifting the entire time, but they're in there in a very dedicated way, 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. Do this part, do this part, do this part, do this part, do the leg, front of the legs, back of the legs. They break the whole body down into parts and then put time under load and come up with 7 different triceps exercises that they're doing 5 sets of 20 reps on 7 different exercises just to get those amazing triceps. But they're putting in, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20 times the amount of time you are. You're not going to get the results they get on 1/10 the time or 1/20th the time. You're going to get 1/20th the results. If they're putting on 20 pounds of muscle in a year, you're doing well to put on 1 pound of muscle in a year, the way most of us would go to the gym and bodybuild a little on the side. But they're also taking drugs to do it, and if you're not, you're at a disadvantage. I'm not recommending taking drugs, but then I'm not really recommending bodybuilding. For most people, it's not a particularly productive activity in terms of increasing your sporting ability, improving your functionality, helping you have a better strength to weight ratio so that you can do things with your body. None of those things happen. You lose agility, you lose speed, you lose vertical jump, you typically lose flexibility. A lot of things happen when bodybuilding that we wouldn't want. But it's not up to me to choose whether you want to gain a pound of muscle so you can have bigger shoulders or nicer pecs in your view or whatever it is. If this is going to help your body image or your livelihood depends on you putting on a little more muscle so that you can be a clothing model or something and you look better in a shirt or without a shirt or whatever it is, if it's a mandate of your job. But it's not going to get you stronger. Bigger and stronger are two separate issues. We'll talk about the difference. And so putting on muscle for me is kind of counterproductive. And I understand I'm a guy, doesn't every guy want to put on a little muscle? No, not really. Not really. What I want to do is improve my functionality, my productivity, my energy. Those things don't go up if I'm putting all my energy into bodybuilding. Those things don't go up if I'm getting heavier and I'm trying to walk or run up a hill and I weigh more. It's going to be harder work. Muscles are heavy. But how do you build muscle on a raw vegan diet? The same as always. You do what the bodybuilders do and you eat enough food to support the growth. And it doesn't matter what food. You'll have enough protein to grow if you eat more food, more calories than you need every day for a while, and you'll grow. And the fine line becomes, are you going to grow fat or are you going to grow muscle? And it depends on the demands you're placing on your body, the conditions that you supply for yourself. But you got to sort of thread that needle, right? And if you're not doing enough bodybuilding to grow and you're eating extra calories, you're going to gain fat. And this is to me common sense. But I'm going to stick in my vote that there's not a lot of good reasons to gain extra muscle. How do you grow muscle on any diet? It's the same, but certainly as a raw vegan, I would almost say you're better off losing a little bit of muscle than gaining, but gaining strength instead, which would be a huge asset to anybody to be stronger. There's actually nobody watching this video who wouldn't like to be a little bit stronger 5 or 10 years from now than they are now. Nobody wants to give up their strength, their functionality, their agility, their speed, their ease of movement, their ease of carrying groceries in from the car. All of these things benefit from a little strength gain, which is a separate kind of training, and we'll talk about that. Hi guys, Dr. Doug Graham here with you today, and I'm just so excited about the Raw Nature Retreat. Harriet Gare had the most amazing idea. She's been a student of mine for almost a decade and a world-class athlete for much longer than that. And she said, can't we do a raw food retreat in Europe where the entire focus is on helping people build their fitness, their physique, and reach their health goals? Let's really make a fitness retreat. So she's put together Raw Nature Retreat, the best food, the best fitness, the best teachers. I mean, we're uncompromising on this one, and it's the first of its kind ever. You gotta come. I mean, I'm gonna be there, Harriet's gonna be there, we've got a few surprises in store for you. It's gonna be the retreat of the year, I think. It's really something special. And if you're interested in taking your fitness to the next level, you want to reach that physique of your dreams, you want to have a good time in the camaraderie of like-minded individuals, come to Raw Nature Retreat. I'm looking forward to spending really intimate, personal, one-on-one time with you.